Joining me now is CTV News political commentator and former NDP leader Tom Mulcair. Tom, thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be with you, Scott.
Are you anticipating a big shakeup? Do you think that there could be quite a difference to this cabinet?
I think you had quite a good list right there. I agree with most of that. I think that, for example, Carlos Letao is likely to get finance. It's going to be a big change. He's a banker, first and foremost. He did an outstanding job, by the way, in the province of Quebec. It was an absolute mess that he walked into and cleaned up very successfully. A mess that resembles the finance mess left by the Trudeau government. So, yeah, Carney's got a lot of work to do. He puts in a banker who can talk to him in semaphore. I mean, they'll understand each other implicitly, and he'll just go about his business and get the thing done. So I think that that's a pretty easy choice. I also agree that, and I've heard through several sources now, that Evan Solomon is going to cabinet. The idea of refreshing cabinet is essential. When you mention, for example, Buckley Bélanger, I mean, there's a good reason for that. He's the Liberal in Saskatchewan. So, of course, he's going into cabinet. Remains to be seen what that role will be. But these are the types of people who will be able to refresh. The addition of these people makes it almost impossible for Carney to meet his objective of having at most 29. He wants to keep it under 30 if he in any way can. The only way for him to do that, he's going to have to drop a little bit of ballast. There are some people who are in cabinet now who made the cut for that smaller cabinet who might get dropped. And of course, very unlikely that any of the people that he dropped when he came in will make it back in. You can think, for example, of someone who was quite good, Mark Miller in immigration, worked hard to clean up a real mess that was left there. Didn't make the cut with Carney. Will he make it back in? It's going to be a very tough thing.
Yeah, so what kind of message overall do you think Carney is looking to send with his new cabinet? Either a message to Canadians or a message to his team, whether they make it back in or not?
His messaging is around the economy. That's his number one thing. That's why he's there, to deal with the number one economic problem we have, which is our relationship with the United States and the threats being imposed by, and the tariffs being imposed by Donald Trump. So this is his number one concern. He's going to put a very strong team around him on that. For example, does Mélanie Joly keep foreign affairs? I think there's no certainty about that, because she really had a lot of difficulty on, for example, one specific file, which was Israel, the war between Israel and Hamas. And frankly, some of her positions were very difficult to square with anything that Canada's done in the past. So that might make it difficult for him to keep her there. Although, when she was at the White House with him recently, she showed that she had mastery of the file. So that might be enough to keep her in, but that's the type of tough deliberation that's going on. Well, it went on for the past several days, and they already know who the list is. Not everybody can be satisfied. If we say that that Carlos Letao goes to finance, that means that François-Philippe Champagne, who was convinced he was going to stay in finance, is going to have his nose a little bit out of joint. What's he going to get in return? That we'll find out tomorrow. He'll be in for sure.
We will find out tomorrow, bright and early. CTV News political commentator and former NDP leader Tom Mulcair. Tom, thanks for your time.